Hello and welcome to this session where we're going to be looking at the volunteering in Cumbria Portal. My name is Rachel and I'm going to be your tour guide, if you like, today to show you how you can use the portal to attract some wonderful volunteers to help you support you in your amazing work. I'm going to put some text below this video showing what we're going to cover and when, so that if at any stage in the future you want to come back and look for something in particular, you'll be able to navigate to the right point in the video. Very roughly, we're going to be looking at the portal in 3 parts. First of all, we're going to look at it from the point of view of a volunteer so that you can see how the portal works and get a feel for what's going to be a really good way for you to attract the best volunteers to your cause. The second part, we're going to be looking at how you can register yourself as an organisation and upload some of your volunteer opportunities. And in the third part, we're going to look at some of the other features that the portal can provide you if you wish. So the portal is here for 2 audiences. One is for any organisations or community groups such as yourselves who are looking to recruit volunteers. The second audience is any individuals who are interested in becoming a volunteer. Both of them will start at the same homepage and the portal will link one up with the other. Team Kinetic are the software designers behind the portal, and this online database will give you a brilliant opportunity to advertise your volunteer opportunities, to attract more volunteers, and to sign volunteers up quickly and effectively. There are additional volunteer management features which you can use if you wish. We will come to those later on. So without further ado, we're going to go straight to the portal. And here we are. This is what it looks like. Now, just as an aside, I'm going to let you know that if you're an organisation who would like to share volunteering opportunities more widely, if, for example, you work with a client group who you would like to recommend 2 volunteer opportunities and help them to find one, then you can embed this grey search bar here in your website so that from your own website, without having to go anywhere else, someone can search for volunteer opportunities. Get in touch with us if that is something that would be of interest. Okay, so you can search here. If you have a particular term, for example, if you know which organisation you're already looking for, you can type that in here. But we're going to leave it open at the moment. We don't know what we're looking for. The next question it asks is, are you interested in opportunities where you can be working from home? Now, some opportunities, such as digital volunteers, trustees, telephone befrienders, may be able to volunteer from home, but many others will need to go to a location to be able to volunteer. I'm going to say no to home opportunities, and I will explain that why in just a moment. I'm going to say I would like volunteer opportunities within 10 miles of Kendal. And I'm going to search. This will, this will bring up a list of opportunities within 10 miles of Kendal. And you'll see that the opportunities at the start of the list are listed as being less than a mile away. As we go further down the list, we will get to opportunities that are a bit further away. There are a lot of opportunities in Kendal, so we need to go further down. But when we get to, here's one which is 2 miles away. And as we go down the list, we get to ones which are further and further away. Now, I mentioned about the home-based opportunities. They will always appear at the top of the list for anyone who does a geographical search like that. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is this left-hand side, this column, where there's a list of categories. And if you know you're interested in a particular type of volunteering, you can select the volunteering which interests you. So, for example, if you're interested in health and social care, It's showing that there are 8 different opportunities live at the moment in that search area, in that category. If you're interested in disability, there are 3. So I'm going to click on disability and it's going to come up with those 3 opportunities. Further down this left-hand side, the next thing that is here are badges. These are ways of branding your opportunity as being suitable for a particular audience. So for example, if it is an opportunity suitable for 16 to 18-year-olds, if it is suitable for anyone doing their Duke of Edinburgh's award, if it's suitable for those with additional support needs, or in this particular case, this is a skills-based opportunity. And you can see that as you go down through the opportunities, that little badge makes it quite easy for someone to see that that is an opportunity which is skills-based. In this case, it is gardening. So those are ways to search, and as we enter our own opportunity, you will see why those are important. On the right-hand side now, you'll see that there are events. You can input any events that you like. It could be a festival, and it's, as you can see there, it's very easy for someone to see that event. And with it under that event, you can list as many different opportunities as you like. So it could be litter pickers, meet and greet volunteers, chaperones, kids crafts volunteers. It could be a range of different things happening within that event that you can put together. So for now, we're going to go back to our list, and you can see as we go down that there are images for the different opportunities, and you will see that some of them will strike you quite quickly as ones that you would like to have a look at, which tell you more about the opportunity and that you would like to investigate further. And that is a really good thing to bear in mind, that that image is going to be selling your opportunity to people and giving them an idea of what it is about. I'm going to go back now to our list of 3 disability-related opportunities within this search area. And you can see that each of them has a title. We list them all as a title with the name of the organisation, followed by the name of the volunteer role, followed by the location. And that means that as someone is searching through the opportunities, it's very clear and easy to see what is what. Don't forget, if you don't get that quite right, we can change that as we authorise the opportunities that you put on. But that gives you an idea of how we like it structured: organisation, name of role, location. If I find one that I'm interested in, I can click on that, and it's going to give me more information about the role. So you can see there's a bit of information here. There's some perks and benefits. There's some skills that are needed. And there are some tags there that describe the opportunity. I can see where it is located. There is a link to apply here. That's the information that you will be putting in. If I go to a different opportunity now, if I go back to that list of disability opportunities, so I'm going to go back and click on the disability link. And let's have a look at this gardening club volunteer. This one, you will see, has got a number of different sessions. There are different ways of listing your opportunity. It can be a flexible opportunity, which means it can be any time. It could be that you have particular times in mind, but you're not going to list those within this page. This one is listed as sessions, and you can see that they have input the various sessions. It doesn't matter which one you choose, they just appear slightly differently. If I was looking to join this opportunity, I can do. I would first need to log in. So I'm going to log in, and There we go. You can now see that an apply button has appeared. And I could click that link and it will take me, it will let the organisation know that I'm interested. You can also see that now I'm logged in, you have an email address and a phone number to find out more about the opportunity. And also, you'll see that on this map, it now shows where the opportunity is, this green person here, compared with where I am, this blue one here. And I could say I'm going to cycle between one and the other, and it will tell me how long it would take me to cycle. So it's a good function there once someone has logged in. I'm going to go back now to my same search. And I'm going to have a look at one of these roles. And another feature which you will find useful is this print button at the top here. What this does when you click it is it puts all of the information about the role onto a sheet that can be printed. So all of the description of the role, the map, any perks and benefits, any skills required are all there, along with a QR code, which will take you to this page to find out more. Now, this is something which maybe you have a reception desk where someone may come in and express an interest in volunteering, and having a few of these available to hand out to any inquirers could be useful. It might be that you're going to an event and you would like something to be able to offer to anyone inquiring about the volunteering so that they've got something to take away. They've got the QR code to be able to follow it up, and they've got information about the role. So that's print button, which is at the top here when you're looking at an opportunity, is a really useful feature. Now, any volunteers that register on the portal, we as CVS do attempt to follow up with them. So we will give them an email or a phone call once they've registered to check that everything is okay, to see if they have found an opportunity which interests them, to see whether if they have applied to something, whether the organisation has responded to them and managed to get in touch, or whether there's anything else we can do, which sometimes is helping them to work out what is available on the days that they're available. Sometimes it means giving them support to know a bit more about some of the opportunities. So we do follow up opportunities as people come in. So I'm going to click now on this Health Watch opportunity. Another thing that once you're looking at the opportunity that you can see is there's a link here to find out more about the organisation. As I click on that, I'll be able to find out more about the organisation. Here, there's the organisation's logo and some text about the organisation, followed by all of the opportunities that the organisation has listed. Now, it may be that you only have one volunteer opportunity that you want to list. It may be that you have lots. I've chosen this one to show you because you will see that there are a number of opportunities which have the same title, Community Champion in Barrow and Community Champion in Kendal. This is something to think about if you operate from more than one location. As you saw, the search results are very much postcode based. So at the top of the list will be the opportunities closest to the search for the person who's searching. If actually you operate across the county, but you list your opportunity as being based in Barrow, then for someone elsewhere in the county, it's going to be right at the bottom of their list and not very easy for them to find. So if you genuinely do operate across a larger area, it is worth thinking about putting your opportunity on more than once with a different location so that it appears on different searches. Okay, that is what I wanted to show you. from the volunteer's point of view. I'm going to go back to the home page now. And I think that's a really useful thing to look at. I would encourage you to go through yourself and have a look at the other opportunities that are there. See which ones appeal to you and what is it that appeals to you about them. Is it the image that shows people happy in their volunteering? Is it the description? What is it about the description that works for you? Is it the fact that it's got headings and individual paragraphs? Is it the fact that it has bullet points? Is it the fact that it really sells what the organisation is doing and uses some motivating language? Have a look at what works for you, because the chances are that if you're drawn to that, then others will be as well. And that is what you want to do. You want to sell your opportunities. Don't be afraid to borrow some of the bits that work, some of the bits that you like, because we're all here to support each other. We're all here to strengthen the whole volunteering sector. So if there's something that you see which you like, do use some of those when you are inputting your own roles and your own opportunities. Okay, I'm going to go back now to these slides. Another thing it's worth knowing is for volunteers, we now have an app as well. It's called Volunteering Cumbria, and you can download that from whichever store you use for your apps. And the volunteers can use that to find their opportunities and register for them and to log their hours. As an organisation, you still have to do it on the web page, I'm afraid, but for volunteers, it's now at the click of a button on their phone. Volunteers who agree to receive an email will get an email every Friday, which looks a bit like this. It lists any events which are happening during the week. We had to look at what the events look like. Those will be up there. There are also any new opportunities that have been posted within the past week. So it's worth every now and again, you may want to put a new opportunity up so that it's included in that list. These are ones that have been put up within the past week that are flagged in the weekly email, and also opportunities happening this week. Now, those are the ones that are listed as having sessions which are taking place this week. And the volunteer journey can take a while. Volunteers can have a look around quite a bit before they eventually apply. This volunteer first registered on the portal on the 13th of October, and they had a look around. They had to look at various different opportunities. They came back to the same opportunity a few times, had to look at some similar ones in the area before about a month later, you can see they applied to join the opportunity. So volunteers do have a look around. It's not something that they always straight away know what they're looking for and go for it. So you've seen what it looks like from the volunteer's point of view. Now you're keen to recruit those volunteers. How do you go about it? You're going to press this button here, looking for volunteers, register now. I'm going to put in the details for an organisation called Outside In. Let's put in the organisation name. I'm going to put in there the contact name, an email address, contact number, and I'm going to put in the postcode, which is, once I click search, it will now give an opportunity to choose from the drop-down list to choose the postcode, the address for the organisation. And you can see it's now put that on the map. If it's not quite in the right place, this little green person, you can move the green person to the other side of the road like that, so that it is in the exact place if you wish to. Are you a Cumbria CVS member? Now, you don't have to be a Cumbria CVS member to use this portal, but I would encourage you to think about joining CVS. It is free to do so, and you will get various benefits in terms of access to information, training, ability to post any job adverts, various different benefits like that. You will find out more on our web page if you go to cumbriacvs.org.uk and click on Join Us. So I would encourage you to look at that. Are you happy to be added to the email bulletin and the volunteering network mailing lists? We don't send a lot, but it is good to be in the loop. So you can put that in. You select a password, which has to be 12 characters. It doesn't matter what they are. They can be all lowercase letters if you wish, or you can add in anything else, but it has to be at least 12 characters. And would you like to receive marketing emails? Yes or no? Agree to the terms and conditions and press register. Once you do that, it will send you an email, which you will have to click on to verify your email. I have done that. I got my email. I clicked on the link to verify and it brought me to here. And now I can log in with the password which I created. Okay. Now that you're here, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to complete your organisational profile, which is one of the things that you will see the volunteer had access to. So you're going to go to Account up at the top and Public Profile. You will need to upload an image. You can see that the image is a very odd shape. It looks very effective on the website, but you may well not have any images which quite fit that shape. If you need any help to get something to fit, then do let us know because we can help to get that to work. But you choose an image and upload it. There it is. And I'm going to press save. So there are various ways of getting an image to fit. And it's worth experimenting, finding out an image that works in that shape. You then, from the image here, you're going to go to the next option down on this left-hand side, which is profile text. And this is your description of your organisation. So I have something which I've already written here. I'm going to put that in. As you can see, in this case, there are various different ways of formatting. You can use bold, italics, you can use bullet points and indenting to get a description which works for you. So I'm going to press save on that. And the third image down this side gives you a preview of your profile. That is what someone who is looking at one of your opportunities and then clicks on the name of your organisation to find out more about your organisation, that is what they will see. Okay. I'm going to go back now to your home page on the portal. You have now input your organisation's profile. The next thing you can do is to upload your opportunities. You'll do that by going to this opportunities section here and create opportunity. Okay, so we have an opportunity name. Which again is the organisation, the name of the role, and the location. For an opportunity description, it may be that you have already worked on a role description and you have that ready to go. You can use that. If not, and you're looking to develop something to put in here, there are various pointers that you can use to make sure this is a good description. Firstly, bear in mind that people will come to this first without having seen your organisation's profile. So don't assume that someone looking at this knows who you are. Do take the time to introduce them to what you're doing and what is happening here. You may wish to think of all the question words as you go. So firstly, why? Why is there a need? What is the problem that you're trying to solve? And why will this volunteer make a difference? You can then think about what. What will the volunteer be doing? What tasks will there be during the volunteering role? It may be that you're very flexible and that when someone comes to you, you will discuss with them what are their interests, what are their strengths, what skills can they share. In that case, say that you're flexible and you're open to the offers of what people can bring to the role, and maybe give a few examples. We're a youth group. We are interested in people to come along and help at the youth group. It may be that you've got catering skills, for example, and you'd like to teach some of the young people to bake a cake. It may be that you've got bike maintenance skills and you'd like to work with some of the young people to learn cycle maintenance. Or it may be that you're someone who's good at playing games and you'd just like to come along and play games. So you can give some examples, but let people know that you're open to working with them to find something that they'd be interested in. Or it may be that you have very specific tasks which will need to be done. It may be that they will be unlocking the doors, turning off the fire alarm, taking a list of attendees as they arrive, leading a session, washing up the mugs at the end, locking up and then reporting back. If that's what they're doing, you can put that in there so that the person who's looking at this gets a really good feel for what a typical day in the life of the volunteer will be. So we've looked at why, we've looked at what. The next question word would be when. And there are two parts to this. If there are particular days of the week or particular times of the day that you're looking for volunteers, say that. If someone follows up your opportunity and is free on a Wednesday to Saturday, but actually you need a volunteer on a Tuesday, then you've wasted their time, you've wasted your time. So if you have particular days of the week when you need volunteers, do say that. If it's Monday to Friday, 9 till 5, say that. If it can be completely flexible, say that as well. But also the other part of when is how much of a commitment. Can it be a one-off? Is it a full day every week? Can it be a flexible commitment? Are you looking for people to commit to 2 hours a week for 6 months, if possible? If you have any idea of what kind of level of commitment, then put that there as well, because that will give people an idea. Well, I can't commit once, but I could manage once a month. Or, okay, I can do that. That's manageable. So do put that in if you know. Say where it will be. It might be in people's homes. It might be in a community centre. It might vary. Put that in if that's relevant. If you have any kind of description of the typical volunteer who you would like, someone who is keen and enthusiastic, someone who cares about children and young people, put that in. If there's anything about how they will be volunteering, how it will help, you can put that in as well. So those are some pointers for what you can put in there. And as before, I have got a ready-made text, which I have here, which I'm going to copy, and I'm going to put that in here. So there are ways of making that text appealing, ways of drawing someone in. You can see here we've used some questions. Do you love stories? Do you have a great imagination? Are you young at heart? Different ways of making this appeal to somebody, making someone follow through on it. The next question is perks and benefits. Now, this can be absolutely anything. It may be that you offer your volunteers a t-shirt and a cup of tea and a piece of cake. It may be that you can't offer anything tangible, but you do have a really good fun team and there are experienced people that they can learn from. It may be that there's a lot of job satisfaction. It may be that there are other benefits that they can get. It can be something quite intangible as well. It can be that it's great fun. That's definitely a perk. So think outside the box when you're offering it. Are there training opportunities? What else might make someone want to do it? Skills required. Again, it may be that you have particular skills that are required. It may be that you will be able to offer all the training that you need on the job. So if there are particular skills, put them in there. If you need enthusiasm and a happy smile, you can put that in there. If it's a willingness to learn, you can put it in. Then we get to categories. When we saw on the search down the left-hand side, there was this list of categories. This is your opportunity now to put your opportunity in the correct category. Now, this is what the volunteer will be doing, not what your organisation is. So if your organisation works with children and young people, but this is actually an admin role, put it down as admin so that someone searching for admin will find it. This is working with children and young people. So I'm going to put that here. And then any tags. Now, these help people to find your opportunity, so you can put in as many as you like. If it's a term which has been used before, you'll come up with some suggestions here which you can add. It may be that you come up with something which hasn't been used before. Like if I wanted to add just craft, I could press enter here, and that has been added as a tag there. I can add as many tags as I like to help to describe the opportunity and to help people to find it. Okay, I've put all of that in. Next, we get to an image. As before, it's an odd shape and size, but once you've got your opportunity, there it is, and we've got someone doing that volunteering role so that you can get an idea straight away of what it's about. We looked at these badges as well. This one could be suitable for Duke of Edinburgh, suitable for 16 to 18-year-olds, and suitable for those with additional support needs. Anything that works for you, you can tag. I would go to the next. Your location. If it's a genuinely home-based opportunity, you can choose that. If it's not, you pick the location. This has been pulled through from your organisation's profile, but if actually this opportunity is based somewhere else, you can put in your location here. You can put in a whole area if you like. So if you put in Kendal, it will draw a circle around Kendal. It will still take as your postcode search that central location where that person is, but it gives you an idea that it's over across an area rather than one particular area. And you can move that person to say maybe it's this part of Kendal instead. Or you can keep it as your postcode search like that and move it to where you want it to be. If there's some travel information, you can put that in here. If there isn't anything particular to note, you don't have to put anything in. We'll go to the next. You'll see here that we go through quite a number of screens. Just bear with us, we will get there, and this is all going to make sense once we do. Do volunteers need to apply first? There may be a few opportunities, such as a litter pick, where you don't need to know who's coming in advance. You just let anyone who's interested know where to meet and when, and then people can turn up. But the chances are that for most opportunities, you want to know who's coming and you want to have an interaction with them before they start. So I'm going to choose yes, volunteers can apply, but must be approved before joining. If you want to ask for any experience, you can do. That may be something that will come further down your recruitment process. But if you wanted at this stage to ask for volunteers what experience they have, you can do here. Volunteers, when they press the apply button, will be sent an email. If you want to customize this, you can do. You can put any text in here that you like. What I would say is bear in mind that people will feel that they have already applied to you, it's worth thinking that the onus to take the next step is on you to contact them. So don't put in, thank you for your interest, now click on this link so that you can apply. If that's the case, I would make a contact with them, give them a phone call and say, thank you for applying. Would you mind as a next step giving us a bit more information? Or you can put some information, anything you like in there if you wanted to do a customized email. But like I say, they will get an email anyway to say thank you for applying, and the organisation will be in touch shortly. Okay, it is possible to restrict your opportunity to people within a particular age bracket or gender, or to restrict the maximum number of opportunities that a volunteer can apply to. If you don't want to restrict it, if you want to allow everyone access to your opportunity, then we can click yes. Are travel expenses payable? Some of you may be able to offer that, some of you may not. It asks, do you want to hide the opportunity from search results and make it secret? For most of you, you do not want to make it secret. It may be that you have an opportunity that you want volunteers to sign up to, but you don't want to publicise to the wider public. In that case, you can make it secret, and you will have a link to that page, which you can send to specific known people. But as I say, in most cases, you will want it to be public to anyone. Is the opportunity accessible? Is the building accessible to someone who may needs particular access requirements? Is your opportunity part of an event? And we looked at events. If you want to upload any documents for volunteers to download, you can do so now. Or as I say, you'll be able to make contact, that personal direct contact with the volunteer afterwards, and that might be the stage to send them information. There are options here. If you wanted to allow volunteers to upload files, you can do. Or if after someone has volunteered, you wanted to send them a link to a survey, you can do. This is a very powerful system. There's a lot of different opportunities in here. So those are possibilities, but you don't have to use that if you don't want to. Now, we looked at a couple of different opportunities. One of them was flexible in the sense that there weren't particular dates listed on the portal for people looking. Some of them had individual sessions, so it may be one day a month. It could be whatever the sessions are. You choose which one you would like to put in. If you say it's going to be flexible, you can give a nominal number of volunteers you would like on the opportunity. You can give a start date, which will default to today's date, and the end date will default to 6 months from now. But you can, if you wish, change that to a different date to have it ending on a different date. That, in this case, is the date when this opportunity will be live on the portal until then. When it gets to the end of this live period, you can renew the opportunity. But as things stand, this opportunity is now going to be live until that date next year. I'm going to confirm that the opportunity is fully compliant with CVS's requirements and that volunteers are fully insured for the activities they will be performing, and all required training will be given. If you have any questions or queries about that, or you're not sure, do please get in touch with us and we will work that through with you. So now we've got that magic button which says create opportunity. Okay. So that we have now had a look at the portal. You've put in your organisation's profile and you've put in your opportunity. We're now going to have a look at some of the other ways of keeping your opportunities up to date when you're using the portal. So these are the same options along the top that we had when you first logged in. There are some video tutorials here. So under Accounts, you can go to Users. Now, one of the questions we get asked is, what if there's more than one member of staff, more than one person who will be managing this account? What we would recommend is that you have one single profile for your organisation, but that if you have several people who might all want to log in, you give them each their own separate login with a password to get to the same account. So I went to Account, Users, and Add Accounts here. You can put in someone's name, their email address, and their own password, and add them. That way you can, perhaps if someone is on holiday or not able to get to the computer, or if a number of you are working on different volunteer opportunities, you can each get in and access and manage the account in the same way. If you're a very large organisation and you have teams which almost don't work together at all, you can put yourself in as separate organisations. It's up to yourself, but it's very possible to have one account with separate logins. We're then going to look at the opportunities here. Before we created an opportunity, we're now going to go to the opportunities here, which is going to give us a list of the opportunities which are up here. I can click on this link and it will take me to this page. As on with many of the sites here, once you're in, there's a lot of options down the left-hand side. Particular ones to note are details, where you can see all of that information that we've just put in about the opportunity is now here all in one place. So you can see everything that we put in here is all on the page. If I wanted to change anything here, I can change it. I can put in some more information and press save at the bottom. Always remember to press save. All of that information is there in the one place. The location is the next one down here on the left, and I can check that it's in the correct location, and I can change that if I need to. Another very useful feature is down here towards the bottom of the list on the left, convert and copy. We had a look at an organisation which had a number of different opportunities listed there. You don't have to every time start from scratch. If there's a lot of similarities, you can copy your opportunity, press copy, and it will create a copy of that same opportunity. So that if I now go to opportunities, you will see that there are two there. This is the original one, which is listed as open. So that means it is live on the website, on the portal. This one is waiting. It's waiting for approval from CVS before it goes live. So I could then go into this one and make any changes I wanted to make. I can go to details and I could change it to say that this one is not in Kendal. This one is going to be in, say, Barrow. I would go down to the bottom and press save. And I would also remember to go and change the location here. And this may be, as we discussed, if you have the same role, but across different geographical areas, you may wish to go in and use that feature to copy it. If I go back to the list of opportunities, this one which is open. You will see here an opportunity, an option to close this opportunity. It may be that for just now, you've got enough volunteers and you don't want to actively recruit for the time being. It may be that you're busy at the moment and you're not going to have the capacity to be able to induct and support any new volunteers. There may be other reasons why, for the time being, you're not actively looking to recruit any new volunteers. You can close this opportunity. All the information you have put in here will stay there, so that at any point you can then reopen it and put it back live on the web page. So if I were to close the opportunity, there it is, the opportunity is closed, and I can open it again anytime I like to put it back live on the website. Other useful things down this side. This promote one here with a love heart next to it. You can use this to promote on your social media. This sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, just because of the interaction between the different platforms, and sometimes the coding doesn't quite work between this Team Kinetic site and Facebook or LinkedIn or whichever social media, but sometimes it does work. So use that to share this opportunity. You can also invite particular individuals that you know about via email, and they'll have a link to go straight to the opportunity online. And that's the web address that you can use to promote the opportunity as well, and that will take someone straight to your opportunity. Another way you could do it is by going to the portal, going to your organization's profile and sharing that site, so that then people can see a bit about your organization and all the different opportunities that you have. So you've got your opportunity up there. People have read it, and someone has thought, aha, that looks like an interesting opportunity. I'd like to know more about that. I'm going to press the apply button. What happens next? You will get an email which will say that you have a new volunteer interested in the opportunity, and there'll be a link in that email to bring you to the relevant point in your profile. To find them, go to the opportunities, choose the correct opportunity, and you will see here that very conveniently it is bright red on this side. If I come to the summary as well, there's a flag there which says there is an applicant waiting for the opportunity. So that reminds you as well. I'm going to go to that red bit where the applicants are. And I will see that someone called Rachel Miller has expressed an interest in this opportunity. I can find out more about them. I can click on the name. And this is their summary page. As with all the different pages within this system, there are options down the left-hand side to give you more information. But on this summary page, I can see email address, phone number, age, and gender. I can then find out more about them by going to their profile. I can see here if they have given an indication of when they're available. They will have listed here which days or parts of days they're available, or in this case it varies. It'll give their employment status. What kinds of volunteering are they looking for? So this is linked to the categories which you used when you were inputting your opportunity. It gives you just an idea of the kinds of things that this person might be interested in. They've said which geographical area they're in, and any particular skills that they may have to share. And it tells you whether they're happy to be contacted in different ways. And all of their information is here. You don't get their address. We have that as Cumbria CVS admin, but you do get email address and phone number. And I can't emphasize enough that what you must do now is contact that person. Even if you contact them to say, sorry, I'm busy at the moment, I'm out of the office running events, I will get back to you in a fortnight's time. Send them something, contact them so that they know that you are interested. If you don't get in touch, they will think, oh, well, they're not really that bothered about me, and they will go and look somewhere else. Their attention will drift away. This person is going to be a very valuable asset to you. Give them their credit and contact them now to keep that interest live. A phone call is a really good way to find out more about them, to find out what their interests are, and to share what you can share from your side. It's very useful to know that there's a section here of private notes. And I would really recommend using this. If you have tried to phone someone and they're not answering, you can note that down, and then you know, and anyone else in your organisation who logs in can see that you have made contact, or you've tried to make contact with them. If you had a conversation and they said, well, actually, I'm just about to go on holiday, and then my sister is going to have a baby, so I'm going to be busy looking after the family for the next couple of months, but could we get in touch after that? You can put that information in there. If they had a query about what kinds of driving licenses they needed to be a delivery driver for you, you can keep notes in there. Anything which gives you an idea of what's been happening and builds up a bigger picture to help you be consistent in your interactions with the person. It's worth keeping those notes in there so that you know what has been said and what has been done. Okay. So I could go back to the opportunity that this person had applied to. And I can, it's the other one, wasn't it? Apologies. It was because we'd closed it that confused me. I can go back to the list of applicants, and I can see now that I can approve that applicant. Yes, I'm sure I would like to approve them. They're no longer listed in the applicants. They will now be listed in the volunteers signed up for that opportunity. And I will now also be able to see them in this volunteers section under the list of volunteers. They will appear there as well. And this is where you can now start your own recruitment process, whether that's references, disclosures, you may have your own application form, whatever you require, your induction, this is where that begins. Okay, that's how to manage your opportunities that are on the portal. There is a lot more that the portal can do as well, which we haven't touched on now, but if you're interested in any of it, then do get in touch with us and we can talk it through. Just so you can see, that's the email that a new volunteer would receive when they have expressed an interest, when they've clicked that apply button. That's the email that they will receive. And there's the other things that this portal can do. You can track your volunteers' journey. You can keep a note on when they have registered, when they've started, when they've completed their inductions, when they have achieved various levels of training. All of that can be kept track of in here. You can give feedback to volunteers and they can give feedback to you. You can give achievement badges. You can give personal thank you messages. You can use the system to email and communicate with your volunteers if you wish to do that from this central place. You can use the system as an entire volunteer management system if you wish, so that you can set up rotas, you can have individuals signing up for individual shifts, you can have people logging their own hours on the system. All of that can be done through the system. You can manage training, you can see some statistical data, you can manage expenses and arrange chat rooms within that. All of that is there. There's a lot to the system, a lot more than we have looked at so far today. Do ask us if there's anything more there that you would be interested to find out more about. So, if you're an organisation looking to recruit volunteers, get yourself registered on the portal. If you are an individual who's looking to volunteer, get yourself registered on the portal as an individual. If you work with volunteers or people who might be interested, then tell them about this great resource where they can find something which will interest them and invite them onto the system so that we create a big network, big pool of people who are helping to make Cumbria the brilliant place it is. Tell other people about the system, tell people about the portal that exists, and do share information about it. Share some of Cumbria CVS's social posts, put your own socials on, put it on your website, in your newsletters, so that we're raising the profile as much as we can. Do get in touch with us if there's anything further you would like to know. There are our contact details, and the address for the portal is volunteering.cumbriacvs.org.uk. We look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to helping you to find and to manage a brilliant and active volunteer pool for your cause. Thank you.